We're going to head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason. This one about a trade idea for the Browns.
Yes, I had an idea for a trade for a wide receiver. I figured since Dearness Johnson is going to be coming up as a restricted, sign him, package him up for a wide receiver around the league, see what we can get. I don't know what you guys think, how possible that is or whatever. And then what do you guys think, if any, there will be some repercussions around involving the league and the rules regarding players being released mid-season and just basically being able to leverage themselves against a team to become a free agent halfway through the season and then go play for a Super Bowl?
I'm intrigued. You know, the Dearness Johnson, if people value him highly enough, that's an interesting piece. It's your third running back. You've got Chubb locked up. You've got Hunt locked up. If you can get somebody that you think is a really good wide receiver, that's intriguing. I don't think the league's going to do anything. I mean, the Browns could have held Odell Beckham Jr. hostage if they wanted to. Andrew Berry did the right thing by allowing him to go out and sign with another team. And you know what? That's the right thing to do because that will help you sign somebody. You know, if you're going to do right by the players, free agents are going to understand that as well.
They will, and that is something that they'll look at, and agents will look at that as well. Odell, look, did he force his way out? Yeah, probably. He could have done a lot more if he wanted to stay in Cleveland. It's clear that he didn't want to be here. Holding him hostage doesn't make a lot of sense, just in the same way that we saw with the NBA trade deadline. It was pretty clear that James Harden was done in Brooklyn. You got to do something to do that. It's interesting that they traded him to Philadelphia, and as a Cavs fan, that makes me a little disappointed because that hurts the Cavs' chances. But back to Dearness. He's your number 3 running back, like you said. He's a restricted free agent. It's going to cost about $2.4 million for 1 year to tender him. In an ideal situation, he gets what, 50 carries on the season? He's not your punt returner. He's not your kick returner. That's a lot for a guy that you hope to not have to use. Now, obviously, it's fantastic to have that insurance, and he's proven that he's a starting caliber running back. They just happen to have 2 other ones in Cleveland right now. So if you can get something for him back in return, absolutely. And to advance that a little bit, he is in a great position where you sign him to the restricted free agent tender, so he's locked in for the year. Then you package him with a draft pick to get a higher up caliber of wide receiver. Just throwing this out there, if Dallas decides that they want to keep or get rid of Amari Cooper, that you give them Dearness Johnson. Of course, they don't need a running back, but you give them Dearness Johnson and maybe a second-round pick, and that's how you make a deal like that. He is a definite trade chip that they can use over draft weekend. It'll be interesting to see how they handle it. I fully expect them to do the tender offer and bring him back, but it's a very interesting point. It's a very good idea by the caller there.
Yeah, I would agree.